I want to move to All for One now, which is another band that was produced by David Foster. And they had some, not this song, but some of the songs were Diane Warren tunes. This was actually originally a country song, right?
Country big hit.
Yeah.
That I was telling you before, I didn't actually hear, I wasn't listening to a lot of radio, especially country radio. So I had never heard it before. Mm-hmm. So I was coming in like any other session, like, oh, this is the song we're doing. Not like, oh yeah, I've heard that a million times kind of thing. Then after that, I ended up hearing the original version and stuff, you know. But yeah, it was a big hit. It's funny because like a few years after this hit, All for One, you know, I Swear, the same country songwriters wrote a son of I Swear called I Cross My Heart. And I played on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was with these producers that had ended up with All for One as like one of the. It was probably more like 5 or 6 years after it, but I thought that was funny. You know,
did it come up at all that you had played on that song?
Oh yeah, they got me because I had played on that song. But it was like I Cross My Heart, I Swear. But great song.
And what was that session like?
I remember that was like in the valley at this place. David was sort of moving around. He was in between studios, home studios, and yeah, I think it was in the days of still having like a sax solo. I mean, there's that tiny sax solo on here, but I think I mentioned something about like, why don't we do a guitar solo? You know, and we booked this guy Dave Boroff, great sax player, and yeah. But I remember David pushing up a track of the lead singer at the end, the way he does I swear, right? Yeah. And like one of the tracks he had, the guy like went totally off key into some, you know, Neo-Arabian scale or something like that, not on purpose, you know, but like he said, check this out, you know. But it ended up being a great. I remember another thing about 2 of the 4 guys in All for One had never been on an airplane before.
Really?
Yeah. They ended up being really big, like in the Philippines and stuff like that for years. Maybe they still are. But yeah, 11 weeks it was number 1.
Wow.
So did hear that one on the radio.
They have kind of like an interesting like backstory. I kind of remember that like after that album, and I think it won a Grammy for like best male vocal or best vocal group or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that after that record, and then they had they had a placement on Space Jam, I think, as well, not for this song, but for another song that they did, and which I think was a Diane Warren song. And I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, but I remember that like David Foster was like, I think we got what we need from these guys, and like they weren't gonna put out a second album, and I think Diane Warren was gonna like offer to basically like pay to produce the album.
She was known to actually put her own money into promoting like her songs.
Yeah.
She was a real go-getter. Like if the label wasn't putting enough behind it, she'd take, you know, money of her own.
Well, talk about betting on herself though. I mean, she's Well, Michael, I'd love to hear you play a little bit of your part on I Swear, and we can get into another, again, great hit that was 11 weeks at number 1, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Guaranteed it's going to be mixed a lot louder on our version.
All right, here it is, Michael's mix.
I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind. You can be sure I know my part, 'cause I stand beside you through the years. You'll only cry those happy tears. And though I make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. And I swear by the moon and the stars and the skies, I'll be there. your dreams with these two hands. We'll hang some memories on the walls. And when just the two of us are there, you won't have to ask if I still care. 'Cause as the time turns the page, my love won't age at all. And I swear by the moon and the stars and the stars, I'll be there. I swear, like the shadow that's by your side, I'll be there. For better or worse, till death do us part. I love you with every beat of my heart. I swear. I swear by the moon and the stars and the sky, I'll be there. I swear, like the shadow that's by your side, I'll be there. For better or worse, till death do us part. I love you with every single beat of my heart. I swear. I swear.
Love it.
I swear. I cross my heart.